Welcome back, everyone. It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys another awesome tips and tricks tutorial video for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee on Nintendo Switch. Today's video is showing you guys the best ways of farming for money within the game very, very easily. So, without further ado, welcome to the tutorial video. Now, as you guys can see on board, there's two main methods that we're going to show you guys in this video. The first method is going to be using the Payday Method. As you guys can see on screen over here, we've got the move Payday, which is a 40 power move, 100% accurate. And what happens is that you use it, it's very weak, but at the end of the battle, you'll earn even more money every time you use it. So it's a great move, and this is going to be one of our first methods of showing you guys. Now we have a Persian over here. You can access a Persian for free within the game if you talk to the guy over in Vermilion City, or of course you can trade for them. They're really, really good Pokemon. And of course, if you guys have already beaten the game, you have access to Mewtwo. Mewtwo is a very strong Pokemon right out the get-go, because if you capture him with your Master Ball or your Premier Ball, you can get him at level 70 and he can learn Payday. So, taking a look over here, using the TM57 right over here is Payday. You can teach that to any one of your Pokemon that are able to learn it. If you guys aren't familiar with where the TMs are located, definitely take a look in the playlist where I'll show you guys exactly all of that. So, take a look at my living decks over here. We have all of these Pokemon that are able to learn the move Payday. A couple notable ones are going to be Nidoking, since his base attack stat is very, very good. Persian, since Persian is able to get same type attack bonus with it. Mankey and Primeape especially, with his very, very high attack stat. And then, of course, Rhydon. Which is a very strong base attack Pokemon. And if you guys are playing through Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, you're going to have same type attack bonus with Payday over here. So it's not going to be a 40 base power move, but it'll also be 60 base power. Snorlax also gets stab on that too. Mewtwo is accessible for it. And if you guys have the Poké Ball Plus, you guys have access to Mew, and Mew also has that as well. So now you guys know the Pokemon that can learn all of the moves. You want to jump on board and you want to turn your battle effects off and your text speed to fast along with battle style set, just so that when you go through the entire Elite Four with your Payday Pokemon, you can make it go a lot faster. Now what I've done was I've been playing with my singular Joy-Con for this one, and of course if you grab your other Joy-Con controller and shake it on in, especially if you have two Pokemon lined up in your party, you'll be able to start doing some double battles. Now, what I've done with this video is I've sped it up super fast so that you guys can kind of see what exactly is happening on screen over here. It's an unfair battle, of course. We've got the partner Pikachu, which everyone has if you have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, or you guys can use your partner Pokemon of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, so do that. And of course, I brought my level 100 Persian over here. You'll see that when we're battling over here, the only move that we're using on board is absolutely going to be Payday. And we're going to use it multiple times, and we're going to be taking some damage. It's inevitable. But with this strategy, every time you use it, you're going to get money on the ground, so that every single one of these battles, we're going to get double the amount of money back. Since this game doesn't have any amulet coins or anything like that, there's no hold items, there's no way of earning double money aside from doing something like this in the battle. So, you guys can see over here that unfortunately we did get frozen, but that's okay. Since I brought Pikachu, Persian, and Mewtwo, Mewtwo can come over here, bail us out, and knock out the Lapras. Now, let's take a look right over here. So just by default, when you beat Lorelei the second time, she gives you 12,400 for winning, which is great. And we picked up 13,000 Poké Dollars just by using Payday. How cool is that, right? That's amazing. So anyway, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to continue on through here. Now, other people have said, oh yeah, whenever you have PP Max, use PP Max on Payday, and then you'll have more power points for it. Yeah, that's something that you can do, but PP Max, you can't buy those, so I would say hold on to those. I'll teach you guys a better one. So, as you guys can see on board over here, this is the trick. So you go over to Payday, and you replace Payday with Headbutt, or any other TM that a Pokemon can learn. So right now, we're going to erase Payday, and we're going to teach it Headbutt. We're going to do the exact same thing with Persian, because as you guys saw from our previous battle, we used a lot of power points for that. And I'm not about to tell you to go use all your Ether or your Elixir or anything like that, simply because those are items that are found and you can't buy them, so they're very limited in resources. But all you have to do now is reteach them Payday, and you'll absolutely have full 20 out of 20 power points for every single one of the Paydays. So, Pikachu learned Headbutt, and then forgot Headbutt and learned Payday again. So that's the little trick that I want you guys to know every time you're doing this. It only takes like what, maybe another 30, 40 seconds in order to retrain everyone on Payday and refill on that. So individual results may vary. Your Persian that's at level 100 may be a little bit stronger than mine. I put 0 candies into my Persian, but I highly recommend you guys go through and use whatever candy you guys have available. Whether it be attack candy, whether it be the tough candy so you can survive these earthquakes from Onyx over here. Individual results will vary, keep that in mind. So the amount of paydays that I'm doing over here is going to be different than yours based on my attack stats, based on crits, based on all that stuff. So you guys know over here that Mewtwo is relatively strong. He's going to be resisting all of the fighting attacks that are coming through this way. And you can also notice that since we got Mewtwo and we met up with Green, we have access to Mega Mewtwo X and Y due to the Mega Stone. So that's great. So we're just going to keep on rolling with Payday. Even though it's not very effective on this enemy Golem over here, that means that it's going to be more opportunity for us to absolutely use this to gain even more money. So when you guys are playing through, if you don't have max candies on your partner Pokemon, I would say try to do that. If not, keep an eye on their HP meter and just make sure that you don't like lose out on all of your Pokemon. You can use some max revives, you can use some max potions, full restores, whatever you guys have in your bag, use them and make sure that you guys are all 100% because the last thing that you want to do is faint with these Pokemon on board. So one of the other things that you can also notice that if you like doing this method of grinding money within the game, see right now we've already got 25,000 Poké Dollars just by playing through, and yeah, we're gonna get even more. But make sure that if you guys want to earn the experience and share it with other Pokemon so that they can level up like Mewtwo did right over here, by all means, do that and fill up your entire party with Pokemon that you're trying to level up. So we beat up Bruno over here. We got 12,600 Poké Dollars, which is great. And then, of course, just by using Payday, we've got 14,500. So we made even more money than what he was originally going to give us just by using the Payday method, which is super fun. So as you guys can see, our current tally right now is at 52,000. Now, with Agatha over on board, you want to make sure that all of your Pokemon are ready to go. It's inevitable that my Persian, without any candy or any other like awakening values over there, is going to end up dying a lot. Yeah, sure, but that's fine because we've got revives, we've got super potions, we've got all that stuff. And we're going to do the exact same thing with Mewtwo. We're going to teach Mewtwo Headbutt, and then we're going to erase Headbutt with Payday again so that we get a quick free refill on those power points that we can continue to move on. So, now that we've done that, if you guys know Agatha, she's historically a trainer that has some ghost Pokemon on her team. In the rematch version of her, she does have 2 ghost Pokemon, which is the Alolan form of Marowak and, of course, the Gengar. So when that comes, you're not going to be able to use Payday, unfortunately, simply because it's a normal type move and it's not effective at all against ghost types. So quickly knock them out as soon as you can. If you got partner Pikachu, you can use the water type move. If you got partner Eevee, you can use the water type move as well. So Gengar again, Gengar falls to a Zippy Zap, and I'm sure you can hit Gengar with any other move with your Eevee, and you should be all set. Persian also learns Bite, so in case you guys are running double Persian, you can run Bite and pretty much destroy all those ghost type Pokemon very simply. Okay. So here we go. This is Agatha right on board. We can see that she's able to give us $12,800. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to use Payday that much, so we only got 4,500 with all those Payday hits. So Agatha is going to be the cheapskate in this entire Elite Four plus champion run. Now, we're going to go against Lance and his Dragon team. We're already banking almost 70,000 Poké Dollars, which is great. We love that. But this one's going to be a little bit tougher because he's got the strongest dragon Pokemon in the entire game. And of course, you guys can see over here, he will bust out Aerodactyl, who resists the hits and will retaliate with some very strong rock-type moves. But nonetheless, I mean, our Pokemon are very fast, so we're able to do the hits, attacks, before we actually get hit by the Rock Slide. So no worries about flinching there. Just keep an eye out. Some of these Pokemon have some rogue moves, just like Earthquake. This guy over here is not really going to do much to us. So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep your Pokemon healed while you're doing it, and you can go from there. So Dragonite, not too scary. He does have Outrage, and he will end up knocking out my Persian with that Outrage or something like that. He will, eventually. Maybe on your run. I don't know. Maybe you didn't do it here. But yeah, there we go. So that's exactly what happened. My Persian went out due to the Charizard X. And then we've got Mewtwo right on board, where we can absolutely knock out them with Mewtwo. So here we go. So we're going to take a look right over here. We beat Lance. Lance gives us an even, nice, clean 13,000 Poké Dollars. And of course, we're going to pick up 12,355 Poké Dollars, which makes us a little bit under 100,000 Poké Dollars in the game. That's great. So my question to you guys is, what are you guys going to do with all that money? You can purchase all the Mega Stones to help out with competitive battling in post-game, of course. You can save up for 999,999 to purchase the crown and sell it on City, and you can put that on your Pikachu or your Eevee. That's exactly what I'm going to do once I'm going to be grinding all this money. But don't you worry, guys. We're going to show you another method directly after this one. So now that we made it to the final champion battle, spoilers, I don't know, the game's been out for a while, so what did you expect when we went into the Elite Four? Anyway, so this one's a little rough simply because the Vileplume over here uses the move Reflect, and I got rid of Brick Break on my Pikachu so that I can learn Payday. So now all of our Payday attacks are doing half damage, which is unfortunate, so keep that in mind as you guys are playing along with. So, you guys can see over here that we're continuing on. There's really nothing to worry about. Whenever the rival of yours uses a full restore, think of that as easy money because they're just giving you more health that you can Payday off and get even more money in your pocket at the end. So unfortunately, my Persian did get KO'd, but that's okay. We got Mewtwo on the end over here. We're going to Mega Evolve into Mewtwo X, and then of course just knock out him and of course his last Pokemon. So this is really good. Like I love this method. It's a really, really cool method, but without speeding this up like 4 times for this tutorial video, it'll take you about 25 to about 30 minutes to do this with your Pokemon. But like I said, individual results may vary. He hooks us up with 18,760, and just from that battle, we got 12,065. So a total for one run of the Elite Four gave us 125,980. And like I said, you guys can get more, you guys can get less based off of how strong your Pokemon are. If you have really stacked Persian, then you know what, you're probably going to get a little less money, but that's okay. So you can try to beat the Elite Four that way by using Payday, or you can just breeze through the Elite Four without using Payday and just going speedrunning all the way through. Use your partner Pokemon, just knock them all out, get whatever the base amount of money is, and then do that quickly over and over and over again. So there's a couple different ways of doing the Elite Four. All right. So the next method that I'm going to show you guys is my main method of going through in post-game and earning a lot of money. Trust me, this is going to be a really good one for you. So if you guys have a Pokemon that is able to glide, like Dragonite over here, Dragonite's my favorite because it's, you know, one of the best dragon Pokemon in all of Generation 1. So if you have Dragonite on your team, you can absolutely fly over that way. You can use any of those, or if you guys don't have access to it, you can absolutely take the Nugget Bridge all the way up, and then do your Sea Skim all the way down to the Cerulean Cave. So inside Cerulean Cave, if you guys are not acquainted with it, it is the main hotspot where you guys want to spend a majority of your time in post-game, simply because you can do a lot of experience grinding. You can find a lot of cool items. There's a lot happening here. I've got a tips and tricks tutorial video on how to chain Chansey for upwards of 90,000 experience every single Chansey. So I want you guys to go check that out. There's going to be a playlist in the description. Go watch that one. But anyway, what you want to do inside here is you want to run around and take a look at the glittering light spots over here. If you see your partner Pokemon's tail thrashing left and right, then you know that there's going to be a hidden item nearby. We found a golden Nanab berry right over here. We're going to keep on walking around. We might find some golden raspberries, some golden, whatever the other berries are. There's 3 different golden berries you can find on the ground. You can find a packet of 10 Ultra Balls. You can find Helix Fossil. You can find a Dome Fossil. Old Amber you can find. You can even find a Master Ball. I haven't been lucky enough to find a Master Ball, but it is possible if you keep on going with this stuff. Now, you don't have to stay on the second floor over there. You can dip down into these other areas and pay attention to Pikachu's tail right over here. It starts wagging, and we found a rare candy right there. That's awesome. So that's the spot where rare candy likes to pretty much spawn. And then you can go all the way over to Mewtwo's little island. You can find some stuff along the way there. I would say spend some time over here chaining your chances, leveling up your Pokemon in order to get them into competitive battling ready, like getting them all to level 100. And then just keep on going. And while you're doing that, while you're doing all of this stuff, like every couple of minutes, all these little spots respawn, and it's not just a daily event. So you're going to be chaining your Chansey, looking for Lickitung, finding Snorlax, etc. And you'll be able to pick up all these different berries on the ground, which is like the best thing that you can do. So the more you chain your Chansey, the more you chain whatever Pokemon over here, it's inevitable that you're going to get a whole bunch of candy that you may or may not have a use for. Let's say you get a whole bunch of the HP candy from Chansey, and you jam pack it into your partner Pokemon or whoever you want it to, you're gonna have a lot left over. So it only makes sense to start selling that stuff in order to make room for even more of them. I can't tell you how many times I got to 999 health candy simply by chaining 30, 40, 50, 60 Chansey in a row to level up my entire team. So the main method that I want to show you guys right now is pretty much selling all your items that you're getting from Cerulean Cave and everything that you've gotten up to this point in the game. So case in point, go through your inventory. Repel, you're never going to use Repel. You can walk aside. If you see a Zubat, you're not going to run into it. Just walk away from it. And then if you, it's like counterintuitive. Put on a Repel, you're never going to see a shiny. So get rid of those items. Those are so Generation 1 way back in the day. Fossils, you're going to find many fossils in the Cerulean Cave. I got 4 of them over here. What am I going to do with Helix fossils? What am I going to do with Dome fossils? I got my Living Dex. I got my Pokedex completion. I don't need that. Old Amber, get rid of it. $10,000 right over here. Great. Chalky Stone, Marble, Pretty Wing. You don't need those either, but my Pikachu gave them to me, so they're sentimental. If you find Stardust, sell it. If you did a staring contest with Slowpoke over in Pewter City, sell it. Max Revives. You're gonna find so many Max Revives in the Cerulean Cave. What do you need them for? It's the end of the game. What are you honestly gonna use Max Revives for? Nothing. Unless you're having a struggle against the Secret Trainer Red, you're not gonna use Max Revives. Leaf Stones, don't need them. Found them on the ground. PP up. Rare Candy, if you don't have any reason to use them, you can absolutely sell them for a lot of money. But here's what I was talking about earlier. So, health candy, I've got 918 of them. No one's using them. And they sell for about 10 a pop. So, I mean, it's pretty cheap. But hey, you know what? That's a free 10K. That's a free 10K monies over there. Same thing over here. We got health candy larges. This is from chaining Chansey. You guys all have it. Those of you guys that do Chansey chaining, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And then, of course, the best part about this is selling your berries. Now, I would say save a couple of berries on you, but for this example, I'm actually selling every single one of the berries that I don't need. So, case in point, Golden Pineapple Berry, they sell for about 2,500 a piece. 42,000 just by selling all the ones that I found in the floor in that cave is amazing money. Same thing right over here. Silver Pineapple Berry, you're never going to use it. Pineapple Berries, no way. You're not going to use them unless you're fishing for specific Pokemon candies. Golden Raspberries, though, I would hold on to a few of them. I sold all of mine right here for 67,000, man. I'm just hungry for that money right now. 87,000 golden Nanab berries. Done. You're never going to use those. The only thing you want in your inventory is golden raspberries. In case you come across a shiny Pokemon, you throw like one of them over at them, Pokeball. One of them, Pokeball. One of them, hold on to 3 at least. And then we're going over here. During my like pseudo Nuzlocke with Pikachu, I found out that the X items were pretty good against battles if I didn't want to change out to other Pokemon. So, but now that my Pikachu's at level 100, thanks to my level up tutorial, it's obsolete. You don't need these items. It's done. So you guys can see over here that we're going to sell all the stuff that we don't necessarily need in the box. You can actually go through and purge all the Snorlax candy you're never going to use, the Dratini candy, Electabuzz candy. You can sell PP Max if you don't want them, but I would highly suggest keeping those for competitive battling. And then there's just a lot of other things. When are you going to use a Burn Heal, Antidotes, Fresh Water, Revives, Hyper Potions? You're not. If you've already beaten the Elite Four, you're not going to need them unless you're bringing like the suboptimal Persian into the battles like I am. So keep maybe a couple max potions, keep a couple revives, and then sell pretty much everything. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave you guys a couple methods of how to farm for money in the game. What did you guys think? Pretty easy, right? Oh my gosh, super easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let me know in the comments, answer our community comment question of the day. Which methods do you guys use in order to farm for money in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee? I'm curious as to what you guys do on that one. If you guys enjoy this tutorial and want to see more, watch our tips and tricks tutorial playlist where we have tutorials on how to raise up your levels really quick and a whole bunch of other ones. So check that out. Newest video on the channel that way, recommendations over there, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're updated on the latest and greatest Pokemon content and everything Nintendo Switch. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.